the fighters who are fighting at this tournament will be going through to the Africa Games. Now, the Africa Games are happening in May, this coming May, in Namibia. Can you tell us more about that and more about the IMMAF structure and how these athletes that we saw at this South African MMA Nationals will then feed into the international structure?
Yeah, so coming up in Namibia, that's the 27th of May through to the 1st of June. That's the IMMAF Africa Championships. We've had continental championships, obviously, before. IMMAF's hosted them, being the premier international organization for amateur mixed martial arts. Last year was Angola, and then the previous four iterations were in South Africa. So this is the first time we're getting through to Namibia, which is obviously, it's always nice to get it moved around. And as you said, it's not a big window between our SA champs now and heading off to Namibia. We've got a 4 or 5 week lead time. But in saying that, what happened yesterday, Dwayne and myself spent a lot of time and went through the results from nationals and looked to select an SA training squad. So we always do a squad first before we do a team. Squad means there'll be a couple of reserves and extra guys. And we put together the training squad. We started a group with that. And then our first question was, are you available? Firstly, are you injured? Obviously nationals, some guys took some injuries. Will you be able to compete? Do you have any other prior commitments that'll, exclude you from Namibia? And, some of the guys do. Some of the guys are in university. They're writing exams. Some of our youth are writing trials at school. Some of the adults obviously have work and other commitments. And, there's a lot of things that go in with this. Being an amateur MMA athlete, you've got a lot of other things in your life. This is not your full-time career at the moment. So we have a squad at the moment. We will have that finalized by this weekend. We have to, obviously, because we're giving these guys, a short notice to get over to Namibia. We've done budgets, so we've got the price of travel to Namibia, the price of obviously accommodation, kit, entry, and the rest of it. And we'll be sending a team. We've got a strong senior squad. We've got a strong junior squad. And then for the first time ever in African IMMAF tournament, we'll be sending across youth. They piloted this last month in overseas in Europeans. They had youth over there for the first time. So they'll be doing it in Africa now. So we'll be able to send our youth A, B, and C across. We are just now trying to ascertain, how many of those divisions will have athletes in and how busy they'll be. But we've got a good youth team selected already. Between the youth squad and the senior junior squad, we've got over 60 athletes. So it's quite a big squad. That'll obviously be shaved down, like I said, with everything that goes into preparing for a tournament like this. And then when it comes to IMMAF Africa Championships, it's massive. It's every IMMAF federation on the African continent that belongs to IMMAF federation. You've got obviously Angola, Namibia, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Nigeria. We'll all be sending teams, and you'll be competing against the best of the best in Africa, which is a great preparation to World Championships heading over. And then it's not just the best of the best in Africa, it's the best of the best in the world. So this is that next step. Do your nationals, get the level there, go to Africa's next level up, go to Worlds, obviously the ultimate proving ground. So we're very excited for this one. It's a bit tricky in South Africa. It falls over election weekend and a bunch of stuff like that. But we'll deal with those hurdles.